Welcome to our yoga strength class. Like I just shared, we are going to be doing an overall body strength, but also stretching at the end with a deep focus on core. So unless there are any other requests, we'll go ahead and get started. So we'll start on our mats in tabletop today. So tabletop, all fours, shoulders on top of your wrists. You can stack your heels on top of your toes if that feels good, hips on top of your knees. Take a deep belly breath in, dipping your belly down for cow pose. Exhale, round your back, squeeze your core as you round into your shoulder blades, dragging them down your back. Inhale, dip it down again. So we're just opening up your spine here, getting into your body a little bit as we start to move. Sway of your back, just open up your chest and release your tailbone. And then as you round, you'll squeeze, knitting your abs together. So you can almost imagine like you have a little corset or a belt here, just squeezing, pulling your ribcage closed. You can even activate your pelvic floor by pulling your belly button up and in. Exhale to release. Ooh, come back to a neutral spine, maybe wag your tail here. Again, we're just getting into our back body, loosening it up before we get into our strength. All right, come to a neutral spine. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, step your right foot back. So I'm going to scooch forward here. Step your right foot back. So we're in a one-legged plank here. We're just going to rock back and forth. So opening up your calf a little bit. You might feel a little bit of a tug if you feel tight today. If not, just breathe into your leg. Nice. Now keeping your leg extended, extend your left hand. So right leg is down your mat, left arm is straight. So this is option number one. You can stay here. You might feel your right arm, the stabilizing arm, shaking a little bit. I know I am. So take a deep breath here. If that feels good, stay. If you want to add on, you can lift your right toes off the mat. So you see how I'm hovering my right leg, hovering my left arm. Now there's a tendency here to have an arch in your spine. I'm exaggerating here. See if you can think of cat pose and then a neutral spine. So instead of full cat pose rounding your spine here, you want to flat back, but engage your core like we did in cat pose. So squeeze here for 3. Yes, you can. 2, 1, release it back down. Anyone else feeling it in their shoulder? Yeah, so take a deep breath here, maybe wiggle it out. We're going to activate the other side. So again, just starting by sticking your left leg out, opening up your calf, rocking forwards. This is really great for your body. You sit a lot at a desk or maybe on your couch, wherever you work. I'm going to take another deep breath in, pause the rocking back and forth, squeeze your left glute. So really squeeze your glute, pull your rib cage together, again, knitting your abs together. I'm going to use that metaphor a lot. Extend your right arm out. Now the key here is you want to shrug your shoulder blades down and plug them into your back. I'm just going to tuck my shirt in here so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm plugging my shoulder in instead of extending it out. And then I have a nice flat engaged core. Again, if you want to stay here, you're welcome to, or you can add on by lifting your left leg. And just notice how your balance shifts into your right side. Squeeze your core together. Deep breaths in and out your nose. You can activate what's called an ujjayi breath in yoga. So that's where you're breathing in and out through your nose, but you're constricting the back of your throat. It just activates your core a little bit more. So you can imagine as you exhale, you're pulling in your abs to the back of your spine. Last 3, 2, 1, release it down. Wiggle it out. Really nice work. We're going to up level this one more time. So this time just extend right arm and left leg out again. Now, again, if you're modifying, you can stay here. You can also choose to stay here, or if you'd like, you can follow along and add on, bringing your elbow to your knee. So we're not really arching our spine here. We're keeping a neutral, controlled spine and using your core to pull your leg in. Inhale to extend, exhale to contract. Last one, inhale, extend, exhale, contract. Nice, release that back down. Other side, left arm out. right leg back. Again, you can keep your toes rooted if that feels better for you. You can stay here in a static pose, or you can join me by bringing your elbow to your knee. Again, you're just squeezing your core here, but keeping your upper body stable. Your torso doesn't move here. Last one, exhale, squeeze. Nice, release it back down. You can wiggle it out. And exhale, come onto your tippy toes, shoot your hips up to the sky. You can find a downward dog here. Now, if you maybe are new to yoga or you have sensitive wrists, I recommend bending your knees here, releases your low back, and you can also take a little bit of weight off your wrists. Now, when you're in downward facing dog, think about plugging your hands into your mat, all 5 fingers nice and stretched, almost like you're opening a jar of pickles. If you're not a fan of pickles, maybe it's jam. But so you can get this twisting motion here, and that will activate the sides of your rib cage, which is really great for stabilizing your shoulders. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, walk your hands back to your feet. Whew, let's give those hands a little rest. So you can just shake out your hands a little bit. Shake your head no, nod your head yes. Take a deep breath in, bring your hands to your shins, flat back here. You can keep your knees straight if that feels available to you, or you can bend them slightly, again, if your back is sensitive today. So you can bring back that core activation. So again, exhaling through your nose, constricting the back of your throat and your abs. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, come back to center. One big breath here, in through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Nice. Bend your knees nice and deep. Slowly ragdoll your spine all the way up, rolling to the sky, shoulders down your back. Inhale, float your hands up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Whew. Nice. Inhale, reach on up. Exhale, sit back for chair pose. So I like to take a natural stance. So hip width distance here, you can see that I have space between my legs. And then I'm just sitting back like I'm going to sit into a chair. So imagine your chair is a little bit lower than what is normal for you. So just sitting your hips back. Now again, core activation is really key here. So squeezing your belly tight. Arms can be out in front of you, or if that feels too intense, maybe bring them to your hips. And again, if you have any sort of knee issue or you need to modify, just right your spine a little bit. So it's more of just like a quarter squat than really sitting back. You might feel the back of your booty lighting up here, your hamstrings. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold it out. Nice. Inhale, halfway lift. So hands to shins again. Squeeze your belly. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. One more inhale through your nose. Exhale, flop it out your mouth. Nice. Plant your hands into your mat. Step back for your plank pose. So you can choose to modify here, knees down, feet flat. Notice how my hips are in front of my knees. It's a different thing than our tabletop at the beginning of class. So hips in front of knees, or you're on your toes. There's no shame in modifying. I'm going to demonstrate the modifying position just to prove it to you. Also because I'm tired, let's be real. So squeeze your shoulder blades down your back. Hold here, engage your core. Imagine knitting your core together like a little corset. Exhale, bend your elbows back by your ribcage. Melt all the way to the mat. Nice. Cobra pose, shrug your shoulder blades down your back, lift your head, but gaze down at your mat. You might feel the sides of your back light up here. See if you can again squeeze your belly button up and in to support your lower back. Exhale to melt back down. Now we're all on our bellies here, even if you started in plank pose, you just lowered all the way down to your mat. Exhale, tuck your toes. We're going to skip up dog today since we just did cobra. We're going to press back into downward facing dog. Modified, you can keep your knees down, then push your hips to the sky. If you want to go for a challenge, go up to plank pose, hips to sky. All right, that was a lot of new information. Potentially, we're going to repeat it so you have an opportunity to get more into a sense of flow. So go ahead and walk your hands back to your feet. Take a deep breath in, hands to your shins. Exhale out your nose. One more big breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Let it go. Chair pose. Sit your hips back like you're sitting into a chair. Arms can come up or to your hips. You can also bring them to your heart if that feels better. Take a deep breath in, check in with your core. You can even pat your belly. Make sure it's nice and firm in terms of the muscles. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, halfway lift. Inhale through nose. Exhale through nose. Squeeze your core. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale, walk out to plank pose. Again, you can modify right away. I'll demo the full version here for you. As you exhale, bend your elbows, halfway hold. Melt all the way to your mat. Release your toes. Shrug your shoulder blades away. Gazing at the floor, cobra pose. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, tuck your toes again. You can rise up to plank, or you can go straight back for your downward facing dog. Again, feel free to keep your knees bent here. Take a deep breath into your nose. Exhale out your mouth. So one more of those. Inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Nice. Slowly bring your feet together. You can also modify by just lowering your knees down, taking a little bit of a rest here. We're going to step our right foot forward. So you can kick it up to the sky to give yourself a little bit of space. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Now, this can be a really deceptively challenging transition for new folks. So you can start on your knees, just stomp your right foot forward. Pick up your hand and use it to bring your foot forward. So if you stomped forward and you're like here, you don't want to press weight into your foot because that's going to stress your knee joint. So go ahead and just pick up your foot, no shame here. Rest it underneath your knee so you have a nice stack. You can see our hips are open here. Release your toes, squeeze your core and your glutes, rise on up. Kneeling lunge. Take a deep breath in. Open up your elbows, lift your heart to the sky. Little chest opener here. You can stay here, or if you want a little bit more, squeezing your core again to stabilize. And release your hands behind your back. Shrug them down as you lift up higher. Deep exhale. Inhale, lean your heart forwards. If you're in a modified position, you can just keep your hands here. Exhale, bow your head over your knee. Now, if you have your hands behind your back, you can squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit more. If you're modified, just keep your hands with your palms facing down towards the floor. Exhale, release your hands to your mat. Tuck your toes, find plank pose or tabletop. We'll do the other side. So finding tabletop or plank, stomp your left foot forward. Again, if you need more space, you can kick it up to the sky, swing it through using your core. Or you can go from knees down, stomp it through, use your hand to assist. However you get there, once you arrive, take a deep breath in, press into your heel, arms lift. Inhale into your chest, open your arms. Exhale. Big inhale into your nose. If you want to add on, you did so on the other side. Exhale out through your nose, interlace your hands. Shoulder blades down. We have a tendency to release our core here. So just a little reminder, tuck your belly button up and in. Squeeze. Exhale, bow forwards. So this is really challenging to stabilize. Your inner thighs, which are part of your core, are going to light up a little bit. So breathe into your body. You got this. Exhale, release your hands to your mat. Nice work. Finding your tabletop or your plank pose. We'll go through our cobra. So slowly lower down to your mat. Exhale to release. Inhale, shrug your shoulder blades away, lift your heart. Shrugging your shoulder blades down your back, squeezing your belly. Exhale, melt it down. Ooh, go ahead and windshield wiper your feet. Releasing your back a little bit here. Carefully, you don't hit anything. Release your legs down. Tuck your toes. We'll find downward facing dog again. So you can bring your feet together here and just maybe walk out your feet, which really just means pressing one heel at a time down to the ground. Again, if you have your knees bent here, that's okay. Just keep one bent as you straighten the other. Take another deep breath in. This time, instead of walking your hands back to your feet, walk your feet towards your hands. Finding a forward fold. We're going to start to wind down. It is only a 30-minute class here. Good job, everybody. So find a forward fold. You can tuck your wrists inside your elbows. Really relaxing pose, in my opinion. Relax your head down. Gazing underneath, maybe gazing at your belly button, just to release the back of your head. Take another deep breath here. Exhale out your mouth. If you want more in your forward fold, you can interlace your hands, place them at the base of your head. So what this does is it just adds a little bit of weight here. You can bend your knees to relax your spine and your hamstrings. Just releases the back of your neck. You tend to have a lot of tension here, a lot of tech neck situation. Take another deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Place your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale through your nose. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale out your mouth, let it go. Last little roll up here, bend your knees, taking your time. Imagine you could stack your spine like you're stacking a pile of books. So just one book at a time, bending your knees as you rise, shoulders roll down your back, arms float to the sky. Inhale here, exhale, hands to heart. Now just go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. You need a lot of moving, maybe it was a lot of instruction. So just connect to your heart here, your own inner peace, as elusive as it can be. Maybe connect to your heartbeat or your breath. Just notice if your heart rate is elevated or slow. Without judgment, maybe you feel a little bit out of breath. Maybe you feel more in breath. And take a moment here just to set an intention for the rest of today. Or maybe this evening, depending on what time zone you're in. Could be one word, could be a specific task, but see if you can focus on how you want to feel today. Just give yourself a little bit of agency, a sense of empowerment. How do you want to feel today? And see if you can crank that emotion up. Really inviting it into your body right now, keeping your eyes closed. Lift your hands to the sky, gazing up towards the sky, but again, your eyes are closed. See if you can pull in that energy. I know it's a little bit woo, but see if you can pull in that positive emotion all the way back down to your heart again. Let's do one more of those. So inhale, reach up to the sky. Imagine you're just pulling that positive emotion down through the crown of your head, down into your heart. And this time we'll continue folding, so hips go back. Keeping your eyes closed, you're pressing that emotion down all the way the length of your body into your feet. Slowly pressing your hands into your mat. If you need to, you can open your eyes, but I invite you to keep them closed. Lower your knees to your mat, and let's find child's pose. So your just hips press back to your heels as much as they allow. Arms out in front of you for the full variation. Or you can rest up on your elbows if that feels more supportive. Take a deep breath in here. I like to just gently blink my eyes open, looking down at the mat. It's really grounding here. Great for releasing stress. And then slowly bend your elbows, clapping your palms together overhead. So this is a really great release for your triceps and your lats, which we worked today. So pressing into your elbows, bringing your hands up over your head, tucking your chin to your chest. Take a deep breath here. Exhale out your mouth. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. One more big breath in. Exhale, release. Nice. Unfurl your hands, rise up onto your elbows, fold back into a seat. So go ahead and cross your ankles here. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold over your ankles. Bow your head down. You might not come all the way down, which is totally fine. Just use your hands to support you here. You might feel a stretch in your hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bow your head as low as your body allows you. Inhale, slowly walk your hands back in. Put your hands up to the sky. Let's take a little side bend. So exhale, right hand plants to support you. Left hand reaches overhead. So we're really getting into the side body. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sweep your hands forward, really taking your time here to feel this full body stretch. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Little side bend here. Exhale, sweep forwards. Inhale, plant your right hand, lift your left arm up. Exhale, sweep forwards. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, lift. Nice. Rise up to a nice tall spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Last little bit of core work here. Plant your feet nice and firm. Knees are bent up in towards your chest. Arms out long. Again, you can just flop onto your back if you're done. That's okay. But if you want to follow along, we're going to lower down in 3 parts and hold. So exhale, lower down 1/3 and hold. Shrug your shoulder blades down your back. Breathing into your belly. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, belly. Exhale, squeeze. You can breathe out your mouth if that feels good. Lower down 2/3 of the way and hold. This is the hardest part. See if you can keep your feet flat on the mat. If you need to, you can float them, finding boat pose. You keep your feet flat, then you'll work more of your lower core. If you float them, then you'll feel it kind of travel more into your upper core. So it's really dependent upon what feels good. Maybe you're shaking like I am. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, lower down almost all the way, full boat, or you can flop onto your back if you're done. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Nice. You deserve this full body stretch. Reach your arms up overhead, point your toes. Puff up your chest. Exhale, let it go. Hug your knees into your chest one at a time. Making yourself into a little ball. Exhale, open up your arms to a cactus shape or a T shape. Flop your knees over towards your right. You can gaze in the opposite direction. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale, bring your knees to center. Exhale, flop your knees to your left. Gaze over your right shoulder. Big belly breath in. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale back to center. Hug your knees into your chest one more time. Exhale, release your left leg down. Kick your right foot to the sky. You can wrap your hands behind your thigh here, pointing your toes towards your face, flexing your foot, and exhale, point your toes towards the sky. And you'll feel a little stretch on the top of your foot most likely. And as you point your toes towards your face, you'll feel one more in your calf. That one more time. Exhale, let it go. You're going to continue to stretch, or if you want a little bit more forward, just lift up with your hands, tucking your chin to your chest, squeezing your belly here. Hold for 3, 2, 1, let it go. Switch sides. Right leg out long, left leg up to the sky. Interlace your hands behind your thigh. Point your toes up. Exhale, flex. Inhale, point. And again, if it's too intense to have your legs straight, you can keep it bent. Exhale, flex. One more time, inhale, point. Exhale, flex. Inhale, neutral. Option to stay here or add on that 3 seconds of core work. See if you can press your belly button down towards the flat of your back, towards the mat. 2, 1, let it go. Bend your knee down, release it to your mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, flop all the way on your back. You can close your eyes. Let's be here for one more minute just to center ourselves, center our bodies. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out your mouth. Feel free to sigh here. Inhale into your belly. Exhale, sigh it out. Last one here. Inhale into your belly. Exhale, sigh it. Slowly in your own time, if you need to migrate, you can also just stay here as long as you want. Bend your knees into your chest. Shift over to one side. Taking a moment here in this in-between pose and space. Honoring your body, honoring your time, honoring your energy. You showed up today. Sometimes that's the hardest part. And slowly, using your hands to support you, roll on up into a seat. Crossing your ankles here, taking a moment, maybe bringing your hands to heart center, and just honoring your fellow yogis, honoring yourself. You did it. Namaste.